Friedrich Nietzsche, a name that evokes controversy, brilliance, and a disturbing mirror to the soul of humanity. He didn't write to comfort. He didn't care about making us feel good. He wrote to tear off the masks, to reveal what lies beneath civilization, morality, and even love. In this video, we explore Nietzsche's brutal truth about human nature, a vision that is raw, unapologetic, and dangerously honest. Nietzsche didn't believe in soothing illusions. He believed in rupture. He wanted to shake us from our sleep, to tear down the scaffolding of lies we've built around our understanding of who we are. What you're about to hear isn't pretty, but it's real, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. 1. The will to power. Our true drive: forget happiness. Forget love. Nietzsche believed that the will to power was the true driving force behind human action. Not survival, not pleasure, but a deep, primal urge to assert dominance, to grow stronger, to shape the world around us. Everything we do, he argued, is colored by this desire to impose our will. The artist paints not just to express, but to impress. The philosopher writes not just to explore truth, but to influence minds. Nietzsche didn't deny that love or compassion exist, but he challenged us to look deeper. Underneath the smile, the gift, the sacrifice, what else is at work? Power masked as virtue. And for Nietzsche, this wasn't something to shame. It was something to understand and to own. What we call good is often just what benefits the group herd morality. It teaches obedience, humility, and submission. Nietzsche saw this as a form of moral conditioning that stifles greatness. In the herd's view, strength becomes tyranny, brilliance becomes arrogance, independence becomes sin. And so the exceptional are demonized, not because they are dangerous, but because they reveal the herd's weakness. Nietzsche's brutal truth: morality isn't sacred, it's strategic. It protects the majority at the cost of the few who dare to be more. 3. The death of God and the rise of nihilism. God is dead. One of Nietzsche's most misunderstood phrases. He didn't mean it literally. He meant that modern society no longer truly believes in the divine. Science, reason, and skepticism have eroded the foundation of faith. We still speak the words of religion, Nietzsche observed, but they're hollow. The rituals remain, but the belief is gone. And when belief dies, so does the structure of meaning it once supported. Without God, we're left with nihilism, the terrifying realization that life has no inherent meaning. Traditions crumble, morals lose weight, and humans, unmoored from purpose, drift into despair. Or worse, they cling to false substitutes: nationalism, ideology, distraction. But Nietzsche didn't stop at despair. He saw this death as a necessary clearing. In the absence of divine authority, we are forced to become the authors of our own values. That's the terrifying freedom of the modern age. 4. The Bermensch. A new kind of human out of the ashes of nihilism. Nietzsche proposed a new ideal: the Bermensch, the overman. This isn't a comic book hero. It's a human being who rises above herd morality, who creates their own meaning, who doesn't wait for permission to live. The Bermensch embraces suffering. They don't seek escape through distraction or false hope. They confront life's chaos head-on and shape it like a sculptor shapes stone. This figure doesn't dwell in resentment. They don't blame others for their pain. Instead, they transform pain into power, confusion into clarity, fear into fuel. They are not governed by morality. They are the architects of value itself. To Nietzsche, the future belonged to this kind of being, unapologetically individual, fiercely alive, dangerously free. 5. Resentment. The hidden rot within Nietzsche had a word for the disguised hatred of the powerless: resentment. It's when people can't express their will to power directly, so they twist their weakness into moral superiority. The person who envies the rich calls them greedy. The one who fears the strong calls them cruel. The unsuccessful label ambition as corruption. Resentment poisons truth. It masks envy with righteousness. Nietzsche believed that much of modern morality is built on this rot. Instead of striving upward, the resentful tear others down. They dress their impotence in virtue. And they wage war, not openly, but through whispers, judgments, and guilt. If the will to power is honest, resentment is deceit, and it eats from the inside out. 6. Eternal recurrence. Would you live it all again? Would you say yes? Nietzsche's idea of eternal recurrence is a thought experiment. It asks, do you affirm your life so deeply that you'd relive it forever with all its flaws? If not, why? What are you doing today that you wouldn't want to repeat? What regrets are you tolerating instead of confronting? To Nietzsche, this is the ultimate test of authenticity. Only the one who can joyfully embrace their whole life, without editing, without escape, is truly free. It's not about perfection. It's about radical acceptance. 7. The raw animal beneath the mask. Nietzsche stripped away society's layers to reveal the raw animal nature beneath. He believed we are creatures of instinct, desire, cruelty, and will. Civilization hasn't erased this. It's only dressed it up. We like to think of ourselves as rational, moral, evolved. But scratch the surface, and you find fear, lust, hunger, violence. We are predators in polite clothing. This wasn't meant to shame us, but to awaken us. We don't grow by pretending we're better than we are. We grow by seeing our shadow and choosing how to integrate it. Nietzsche challenged us to own the beast within, not cage it blindly, because repressed instincts don't disappear. They leak, they infect, they manipulate. But if you face them, you can direct them. Final reflection. Why Nietzsche still haunts us. Nietzsche's truths aren't easy. They're sharp, cold, but they're also liberating. He challenged us to stop lying to ourselves, to face the void, to stop following and start creating. His words feel dangerous because they break illusions. They unmask the games we play with morality, virtue, and meaning. They show us not who we wish to be, but who we truly are. And once you've seen that reflection, you're left with a choice. Deny it and remain safe, or embrace it and become something more. Nietzsche didn't give us peace. He gave us fire. And through that fire, we either burn or rise.